neighbors reported seeing Johnny talking with an unknown man in a blue Ford Fairmont with Nebraska plates, though they hadn't committed that number plate to memory. There appeared to be another man in the passenger seat.
Oh, we got this in the bag.
Neither of them could hear what Johnny was talking about with this man. It appeared as if the man in the car had stopped Johnny to ask for directions, though the witnesses can't be sure since they were only watching from their bedroom windows. Either way, they both said that something didn't feel right about the interaction, and that Johnny seemed to get spooked. One of these neighbors said that afterwards, as Johnny cycled off back towards his home, the car began following him. The other neighbor who witnessed this underwent hypnosis in an effort to remember the license plate number, though sadly, he never was able to remember it. I keep hoping I'll wake up.
Why doesn't Chunky have that pickle when you get into the game?
Distinctly as night and day, said the neighbor.
Because I give that pickle to your mom when the game starts.
Realizing that Johnny had gone off by himself,
sir, you don't even know my mom.
Complaining about their morning paper not being delivered, Mr. Gosh, Johnny's father, immediately went out searching for him on his usual route. It was then that he found Johnny's wagon full of newspapers, abandoned 2 blocks away from their family home. Gretchen, the family dog, was also on a different street. There was no sign of Johnny.
Nice shot, Mozzie.
Fearing the worst, his father contacted the police immediately and reported his son missing. Unfortunately, the authorities were slow to react. Procedure at the time was that Johnny had to be gone for at least 72 hours before he could be classified as a missing person, a frustrating policy that, thankfully, is no longer in place today. To begin with, the cops assumed Johnny was simply a runaway. That didn't make any sense to anyone that knew the kid. By all accounts, he had a happy home life and was a level-headed young man who showed absolutely no signs of wanting to run off by himself. Soon, the investigators came around to the idea that someone had taken him. 3 months passed with no sign of Johnny. Then, suddenly, there was a report in Oklahoma of a young boy screaming.
They might be coming from the same spot.
Johnny Gosh, help me! This young boy was then dragged away.
I don't know, Mozzie.
Maureen, Johnny's mother, believes
We probably want one somewhere. Yeah, somewhere over there.
In the years that followed, little other evidence was ever collected by
Sledge.
detectives, and there were no other leads of any kind.
He's lower than 75. But don't peek at Mozzie.
Several private investigators, but no
Where Mozzie pinged too.
They were even able to get their son's
To your
face
right.
posted on
The
milk
room
cartons
to your
across the
right.
USA.
Past those electric.
Ultimately, this turned up no new information. 2 years later, another kid from that same neighborhood also went missing under suspicious circumstances, leading many people to draw a connection between the 2 cases. So far this sounds like a pretty standard missing persons case, right? But here's where things take a strange and interesting turn, and where the rabbit hole becomes that little bit deeper. According to Johnny's mother, Marie, almost 15 years after her
One
son's
down
disappearance
on knock.
in March
Just peek to your left.
2:30 a.m., she was awoken by a loud knock on her front door. Startled and wondering, she looked through the people to see who was waiting. She saw 2 blurry figures. One of them spoke. "Mum, it's me, Johnny. Can I come in?" Noreen couldn't believe her ears, and as they adjusted, she couldn't believe her eyes either. It was Johnny standing outside.
No cameras.
Now no longer a boy, but a 27-year-old man. She said there was no mistake him, and when she opened the door, he revealed a unique birthmark on his chest, proving his identity. He was accompanied by another unidentified man. We talked for about an hour or an hour and a half, said Marie.
How have your kids did you clutch this?
But I had no idea who the person was.
Oh yeah!
Johnny would look over to the other person.
Hey, Owen! Doctors, you're dead, bitch!
Where he was going. That night, he called his mother for help and told her that he had indeed been trafficked when he was younger, and that he had now escaped and was in hiding. That his life was
Doctor,
still
I
in
love you.
danger, and that he couldn't stay. Johnny and the unidentified man left just before sunrise, and Noreen never heard from her son again after that.
I want to be you when I grow up.
Did this visit genuinely happen, or did a grieving Noreen simply imagine the entire encounter? Could it have been some kind of sick, well-researched prank? That all remains unclear. In 2000, Noreen published a book that detailed her supposed encounter with her son, titled Why Johnny Can't Come Home. Then, in 2000,